I think we're live. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How's it going?
Thank you for joining. I'm here with a bunch of amazing artists, so I'm just going to go through everyone so that you can get a feel for the voices. We have... Oh, no!
What?
Oh God, I just heard my own audio because I didn't mute the screen. All right, so let's start. We have Lorena.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, I don't have a camera, so you'll just have to look at my icon. Hi. Hello.
It's beautiful. And we have Chantal.
Hi there.
Justin.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Ahmed.
Hello.
And Kim.
Hello. Also without a camera.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so I announced this before. We're just going to have a little chat, fun with like artists talking about art books because this is about to lead into the launch of my art book today. And in the end, we're also going to play a little game of Pictionary, which I hope turns out well. We played it like a couple of days ago. There's this thing called Scriblio where you can just log in through your browser and people can play, and it's really fun. But
it's so much fun.
Yeah, it shows you the words, so we can't really do that when we're sharing our screen. So we just have to improvise and use like Photoshop and other things.
But it was so much fun. We laughed so much.
Oh yeah, and people usually think artists are great at Pictionary.
No,
not really. It's like we think very differently sometimes. So like my friends would always draw something in this weird perspective, and I'm like, this is not looking the way you think.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about Kim's armpit that she did, and I was seeing something completely different the whole time.
Yeah,
Imagine Kim Jong-gi playing Pictionary or Scribbly.
Oh my god.
Or him and Ian McKay.
oh no.
That would be epic. I would pay to see that. So, but let's chat about art books, I guess. Do any of you guys remember the first art book you ever got when you were younger?
I do. Yeah.
Let's hear it then.
Yeah.
I still have it, actually. I found it.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not really a book, but it's the Sailor Moon original artwork thingy.
Yes.
I have two of those, and I remember, I think it's from 1999, and I had to save about 10 German mark to get it, which was a lot, but I remember I looked at these little books so many hours and was just in awe of the artwork in it. I think it influenced me a lot, yeah. I got rid of so many things, but I still have those.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I have those
just
exact
remember
same
mine
ones.
because of
I love Sailor Moon.
Keep going.
Oh, Sailor Moon is amazing. Wow. Best.
Yeah, especially the original.
Yeah.
Lorena, you were about to speak. I'm sorry. We're so many people. We're about to like, interrupt each other, but let's just...
No, I just because I was thinking about what my first art book was, and I couldn't remember. And Chantal saying hers was the Sailor Moon thing made me remember mine, which was Angel Sanctuary art book.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I loved that book so much. Oh, I loved it. I got it when I was, I don't know, 14 or something, and yeah, I still have it, and it influenced me a lot as well. It's just like it's only like there are only big pictures in it. That's it. There's like, I think there's little else in it, but I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyone else? Don't be shy.
I was thinking we just go in order.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do that. We can do that. Sure.
Easier.
Oh, so who's next?
Yeah, Kim or me?
Oh,
For me, I think it's
Justin.
Justin.
Okay, sure. Well, I'm gonna be the odd one out. I don't have an art book.
You're not even one.
No, so I mean, I moved from Australia to America, and I came with like just a suitcase. So I didn't bring anything, and I've been a poor, starving artist ever since. And so I haven't got anything. I've got Color and Light. That's the closest thing I have by James Gurney.
I have that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that, and I got to meet him and have that signed a while back.
Oh wow.
That's
That's the
great.
first thing. But when I was a kid, I used to look at all the Star Wars ones. You know, the ones that have all the cutouts and like you can look inside the spaceships and
That's
see all of their
cool.
concepts.
It's
The concept art, which wasn't actually concept art, it was just nice little illustrations of all of their stuff. So I was in love with those when I was a kid.
I bet.
that's
So
great.
you did have some kind of
I went
like
to the-
art off book.
I went to the library.
Oh, that's cool.
I suppose I'm next. So for me, it kind of ranges because I didn't really, again, like Justin, I didn't have art books as a kid, but I did have things that had art in it that influenced me like really greatly. And it's definitely comic books.
Yeah.
A lot of artwork by J. Scott Campbell, The Amazing Spider-Man, X-Men comic books. And then later in middle school, I would get PlayStation Magazine, not for the games or the game reviews or anything, but for the artwork in it, because the covers were always, to me, amazing and painted by, drawn by comic book artists, colored by painters. And then the inside, like 2 pages in, they showed the process. I love the sketches, the little tiny thumbnail sketches.
Yeah.
And so that kind of really lit up a lot of inspiration for me. And then later on, obviously, the Ian McCaig book Shadowline, one of my favorite
Yeah.
books.
Oh, I
Yes.
haven't seen
Yeah.
that one.
Here on the
Mine
table,
too.
signed.
It's huge.
And he's actually reprinting it in HD as Seaside at Lightbox, which, by the way, Lightbox is canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
So
now?
sad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
online. I don't know how they
Yeah,
do
it's
it,
coming
but
out. Anyway, and then I like collecting the Art of Disney books. They have really nice layouts and sketches and all that. So
Oh, by the way, careful looking up Shadowline. There's a whole lingerie kind of. It wasn't what I was expecting.
sounds
I have
exciting.
to add art book.
Yeah.
Shadow. I'm curious. Oh, it just shows me like blends and stuff, metal. Oh, okay.
But I
Yeah,
got
whatever.
to book eventually, and it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice. I
Yeah.
have too. So can you tell us about art books? Yes.
Right, I've just remembered another one. But I had 2, and I'm not sure if they're like art books per se again, but when I was little, I went, my sister used to live in London, and when I was visiting her, I went into this super, super old bookshop and down into the basement, and there was like books to the ceiling, and in there I found Brian Froud's Good Fairies and Bad Fairies.
Yes.
And I was about 7, and my parents got it for me, and I remember being so scared of all the bad fairies, but
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
I think that was like the first one I got. And then when I was a teenager, I became absolutely enamored with the how to draw anime books by
Oh yeah.
it's like I can't remember, but it's like pretty girls and blah blah blah, and yeah, I used to just like pour over them. I still have them now.
And this typical face and head shape that you always do, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's kind of how I learned to draw. Actually, was sort of through them. Weirdly,
Yeah, same. It was kind of like almost the Loomis method, the way they broke things down, like their like frames and stuff. And I remember I had one too that was called Drawing Female Characters, and it showed like correct boob shapes that were realistic and not realistic. It was like, oh yeah, this is cool.
They're not just big balloons.
Yeah, it was like that's how squishy they are. Oh, okay.
I thought that exact book.
I guess I should know this.
I never thought you'd be getting the talk from a book.
Yeah, it's so educational. Yeah, but the ones I remember like having first and the ones that really impressed me were the same that Chantal mentioned, those Sailor Moon books. I have them with a hardcover, but it was basically like the same, like a collection of colored illustrations from the mangas, and it was just like, oh my god, what is this? I love this so much. And I was also obsessed with Clamp, like manga group. I had an art book from like Magic Knight Brave Earth or whatever it was called. It was like a very girly manga with like female fighters and stuff. So that's the kind of stuff that I was into. And yeah, I was like how to draw manga books. Those were big.
I never got my hands on those as a kid. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to mention for people watching in the chat, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to drop them in. It's always nice to like bring the conversation to places that we wouldn't have thought of. So please participate. Yeah.
How do you feel, Jamila?
I'm nervous. I'm drinking if you can't.
That's okay. I think it's really awesome that you're doing this because you're launching your Kickstarter for your art book. And how long have you been working on that, by the way?
I think I contacted the publisher 3D Total last year in summer. Yeah, I think I signed the contract in summer, and then from there was just like working out details of how this was going to go, and they gave me like a deadline of when I should be submitting like all the material for it, like all the pictures, all the writing and stuff. I finished that this year in February, I think, like all the writing. And then I just submitted like more and more images as I finished them. We were finalizing the design. They sent me sample pages and I looked at them and I was like, oh, can we, like, I like this, but maybe I don't like this other part. Can we change this? And so we've been collaborating that way. It's not been like constant work on it for 6 months, but basically like it's been in the making slowly and steadily for 6 months. Yeah.
Can I change your answer for a second?
Sure.
You've been working on this book for years. You've been laboring on these images.
Very
for
true.
forever.
That is true. Yeah. Yeah, that's also what I said in the Kickstarter video. I've been like working on it for years. Yeah, just like
How old? Yeah. No, I wanted
the
to ask.
layouting process and everything took like a
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, which one is the oldest image that you have in there, and how old is it?
Oh, I think the one I already the one I always have as my avatar, like this Ace of Wands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the oldest one, and that's one of the first ones that really pushed my style into a different direction. And since I like went to this more line art based style a couple of years ago, I've been piling up more and more images. Before that, I could never really get a consistent body of work going. So yeah, that's an important one. And I still haven't changed it because I still kind of like it, which is a big deal for me because I usually, like in the past, I used to hate things I did like just a few months ago.
Yeah.
So that's also, I think, a challenge of making an art book. Do you guys ever feel that? Like when you put together a collection of work, you're like, oh, I don't really like this one anymore, but it's gotta be
it
there.
happens. Definitely.
I think it's an identity thing. It's like you want the pieces that you show to reflect you, and it's like if there's inconsistencies or if it's not all to your standards, and as artists we tend to have like crazy unrealistic standards. It can be really pressuring, but I gotta say the first piece I saw that you did, Jamila, I think it was a few years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. It was like the girl with the dreadlocks, and it was like very colorful, and when I saw that I'm like, all right, she's good. No, she's amazing.
Like, I saw you sharing that. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Then now you blew up way bigger than I.
No.
Because I saw that coming though.
Thank you.
Go ahead. I was going to say, are you putting in a lot of sketches, paintings, finished stuff, process things, and explanations, words?
A combination of all those. I don't have a ton of sketches. I'm not a sketchy person. No, I'm not a person who sketches like a ton, like you do, for example. I'm just like more focused on finishing big illustrations that I spent a ton of hours on. I used to sketch more, so I just like brought in my old sketchbooks and scanned pages and took out a couple of drawings that I liked. So it's not going to be a ton. The most part of the book will be those full colored illustrations, but there are going to be some sketches in there, some tutorials, some writing. The writing is really personal. Like it's the first time I'm talking about like growing up, going a little bit more into that.
Yeah.
Gets kind of sad in some places, but I wanted to be honest, and I wanted it to be like a full picture of what actually made me become the artist I am today. So I thought this was important. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the authenticity is super important.
yeah, I wanted this to be like a real, authentic, important work that I put out there, and it's really the most personal thing I've done to this day. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
You were going to say something before I cut you off earlier?
Yeah, I just glanced over at the chat and I saw the word question real big. So it seems like we have.
I've been putting them in the
Tim
private
has
chat.
been yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. You can
I'm
also
doing my job.
Oh yeah, Kim's always paying attention to the chat.
You can also click the questions and stream
Yeah,
them.
and you can show them, right? Shall I do that? Should I just...
Sure.
Go for
You
it.
can see which ones.
There you go.
Woohoo! Can I ask a question? Yes. I was wondering what you I can't read. I was wondering, what do you do when you lose motivation to draw? Because I have been in a rut for the last 2 weeks. What do you guys do when you lose motivation?
I sleep.
That's good.
Because most of the reason that I have been losing motivation is because I haven't been sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah, it's this thing of you have to feel good to make something.
Other than that, it's motivation. Having no motivation is an emotional problem and will require an emotional solution. And so most of the time, there's something going on, like, and if I stop and I actually give my attention to my body, I can feel kind of where I'm holding that emotion. And if I can actually kind of process through that and get myself back to a state of joy, then I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, let's work again. But it's like, normally it's not actually a problem with your art. It's like a life problem, or sometimes it's sleep.
Yeah, there's a couple answers to that. I think, if you're in an art block or you're not motivated, and you're just waiting for the inspiration. I mean, we've all been there. It's a horrible feeling. But I think, as Justin was saying, it's like your physical existence plays into it a lot. So there's the surface level things like, well, did you sleep? Did you eat? Did you drink enough water that day? Did you go for a walk? Are you exercising? I'm like, I realize that whenever I exercise or go for a walk or do squats or whatever, right after, it's like, actually even during, my mind starts to, the gears start turning for ideas and inspiration and stuff. But if you feel a lot of resistance going into a drawing and anxiety, that's a whole nother thing. You might be holding on to a lot of deep, let's say, blockage or emotional, let's say, resistance, as Justin was saying, that was caused from early trauma in your childhood or something. It's like, my teacher once said I was a horrible artist, and like now I have this pressure to prove myself as an artist, or maybe your upbringing wasn't so perfect or something. And all these things add up. I know it's a long answer for a short question, but getting a good sleep rhythm, eating well, getting your body moving, social interaction, whether it's through online with other artists, being a part of groups, and challenges. I think challenges are a great way to go and just do something. I have a couple of challenges on my channel for like drawing heads, hands, and it's at least something to do. You don't have to do this amazing, huge project. You're moving your pencil on paper or stylus on digital. So that's my kind of answer.
Yeah, and you don't have to think about what you do. You just can work on something, as you said. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also it's nothing to feel too worried about when you're feeling like that in the last 2 weeks, or just like recently, because we all know that there's like stuff going on in the world right now that makes you worry and that makes you not be completely focused on art. So I guess in the beginning when this all started, people were like, I'm going to be so productive, things are going to be amazing. And now we're all like, I don't feel great most of the time. So really it's no surprise. It
Well,
will
learn
go
3
on.
languages.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not a permanent.
Doing
state.
it.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I was
go
going to
ahead.
add one thing. So there was the physical stuff real quick. But then if you do have a lot of emotional trauma and stuff, try to get help. Therapy, it helped me a lot.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
It's like, don't be ashamed or, don't shame yourself for not doing art or feeling bad about yourself. It's okay to get help. Just wanted to add that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Can I just throw in a second that it might even just be as simple as needing to do that breathe in thing where you take in your inspiration instead of putting everything out.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes I just need to stop drawing for a hot minute and go and just watch a film or something and allow myself to just take in inspiration and influence and stuff like that.
Yeah, be okay with the break, right? And not be mad at yourself that, right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys are here. You're very wise. Let's see. Question for all of you. What was the most prominent difficult obstacle in your art journey that you have overcome? And did it surprise you with how you went about the solution?
Yes.
Let's hear it, Lorena.
For me, it was that I struggled a lot with kind of trying to feed expectations I thought people had of me, but that were not really real. Like I always had the feeling, oh, I have to do this and I have to do it this way to be a successful artist. And that went on for quite a long time. And it stopped when I said, well, it sometimes it still comes back. It's not like I've gotten rid of it entirely, but at one point I realized I just have to draw and paint what I love, the way I love to do it, that gives me joy, because otherwise I'm not happy and my art is not that good when I don't do that. So I made a collection of things like photographs and art and songs that speak to me, that I like, and that I want to that kind of bring up emotions that I want to also have in my art, basically. So every time I feel like I'm going down the wrong path again, quote unquote, I simply listen to those songs and or look through those pictures, and then I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I like, this is what I like to do, and then I can draw again. And I think that was the biggest thing for me, to realize that, I mean, I love art, I love making art, and I should just do what I want to do and not do what I think others want me to do, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I second that.
Yeah, I think just to add to that, it's like the moment that you realize that, because, the idea of meeting other people's expectations, it's this feeling that you want to maybe be a part of the world or something, but to be okay with yourself and your own art and what you actually like is like the willingness to stand alone, whether or not people like your work or like you.
Very true.
I think that is one of the hardest things to be able to do.
Definitely.
It takes bravery. Oh
no.
Bye-bye.
Wait, I have a backup camera.
I mean, this happened before.
Oh, there we go.
You look so different now.
I have 2 cameras, and it's like this.
So charming.
You're really hot there.
Let's see if it.
What an evolution.
There we go.
I love it.
Sometimes, by the way, Loti gave me that Charmander.
Oh, awesome. Oh yeah, she has a lot of those, like little Pokemon figurines. Yeah.
No. So bad at texting. Oh my god.
Yeah. Coming back to the question, I think this is a thing that almost everybody goes through at some point. What we mentioned, like this, really coming to terms with who you are and what you want to show and how you want to paint and draw versus what you think would be appealing to other people or what would be quote unquote good, like more realistic and stuff like that. So I really feel like this is something that a lot of people can identify with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's very much like a high school thing. It's like you want to fit in. You want to see what everyone's into. It's like, oh, well, I'm part of that too. Because like, look, see? And then you get stuck in this cycle, especially if you are really needy, because I certainly feel that way a lot. But then you have to realize you have to be the person who validates your own, vision. And like, you don't need other people to say, okay, this is good. That's not good. You should never show this about yourself. Only show that about yourself. Or if that's what you are, then you can only show, cool anime stuff. Don't do that. It's like all these weird rules that we make up in our head. You really
and also sometimes that are reinforced by our teachers. For me, that was a big problem. Like my teachers always told me your stuff is no good. Like draw something.
Oh, really?
I mean, you can draw, but stop with this manga crap. What is this?
Oh,
so
same.
I heard this like my entire life, and it really messed me up for a long, long time.
Yeah, same here. It was just people can be so whatever.
And now joke's on you, teachers.
Mine was so deep that I didn't know the difference. There was what I thought I wanted to do. And it was different than what I wanted to do, but I didn't even really know what I wanted to do. I just knew what I thought I wanted to do. Because that's what an artist is or an artist does. And I had a pretty public grilling about mine. But once that happened, I mean, it just changed everything. Being able to recognize what it is that I actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
And also, I think
No.
you spend so much time finding your artistic identity. And I think for me, once I found recognition for that and I felt like the growth on social media and stuff, I thought, okay, this must be it. And I remember I started to find all these features about what makes my work and what I should continue doing. So I built my own restrictions with the things that I have done already, and it felt very
suffocating.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't even so much what I thought people wanted, but what I found already and where I found success. So I wanted to never step out again or something like that, and then I felt very paralyzed for a while, actually.
Yeah. And I wanted to add to what Justin said. I think sometimes it's so obvious for other people who see your stuff, but you're the last person to realize it. So when I looked at your work, I was like, I know what he likes, but like he doesn't seem to get it. It's so interesting.
It's funny you say that because like earlier before we started the stream, you asked me about my art book if I'm doing one.
Yeah.
That's where I feel I'm stuck. I'm still trying to find my, let's say, artistic identity. And it might be obvious to everyone on Instagram. It's like, well, yeah, you just draw elf girls. That's what you do. I'm like, I can do it. It's just like I'm still working on that. Kind of chipping away at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think identity is like one of the hardest things that I faced as well, and particularly in when it changes when you think you figured it out again. And being willing to accept that it's just going to be an ever-changing thing as you go through life.
Yeah.
I think most authors reinvent themselves or something every 4 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Musicians, things like that.
Yeah. It's normal. Shall we go to the next question? I think I want to keep this one quick because we're already half an hour in.
How long did you want to be here for, by the way?
1 hour.
Okay.
I mean, we can keep going, but
that was fast.
Once it's like 3 o'clock, I have to like go post. Hey, my campaign is live. You guys can keep chatting. I'll just have to.
By the
way, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's going to go by really fast. Let's see. Question: did you ever have physical problems due to art? Like, I have issues with my neck, which seems to affect my arms. And how long did it take you to get good?
I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I get good.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
I mean, I can start off. I had neck pain since I was 14. I still do. I've had pain in my lower back like 4 years ago. It was so bad that for a couple of days I couldn't like sit or stand. I could just lie down. And I got a standing desk, and that kind of made things better, but it's still not perfect. I have to do exercises and get regular massages and like work standing and sitting and change that up. But yeah, it's a problem. But I've never had hand troubles because I have strong wrists.
Nice.
Yeah.
Strong wrists.
Lately,
Yeah. Bouldering.
actually in the past few days, I've been drawing way more. So because I draw like this and I press down on my pinky, it's starting to hurt a little bit. So now I'm just doing this. But other than that, I haven't had much physical pain. Sometimes the wrist will hurt, but you just gotta stretch. There's a lot of stretches that you can do. I think there's videos on this, but also I did have a little bit of back pain, which quickly went away when I started exercising, especially climbing, bouldering specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that too, right? That's
Yes.
yeah.
I was in a car crash twice in the space of like a couple of months.
Yeah.
And I got a really bad shoulder injury on my drawing side from that. I tore my trapezius, and I've been getting physio for that, and I'm missing my physiotherapist dearly right now because obviously I can't go and see him.
Right.
And but that gave me like migraines, and like I couldn't draw for more than half an hour. It was ridiculous. And I did have RSI, but starting strength training got rid of that entirely. I do not suffer with that now. So yeah.
That's crazy. Two accidents in a span of months.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm a bad driver, but neither of them were my fault.
Yeah. And Lorena got hit by a bus
I was about to say that.
on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I got hit by a bus in December.
Gosh, that's rough.
And I had to go to the hospital a week later because I was still not doing very well. And after that, I got like the worst flu. And so I was not doing anything for a month, I think. But
That sucks.
when it comes to drawing, I never got injured because of drawing. But because when I was younger, I fell off the horse a couple of times.
Oh, geez.
And a couple of not so nice times. And I have some problems with my back because of that. And also because of working in a cafe for a few months. And for some reason, that really hurt my back. So I also have a standing desk now, because it's better to kind of switch between standing and sitting for me. And yeah, exercise, best thing ever.
Who would have thought? Exercise is
Yeah.
really
So
healthy.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. So exercise, people.
My
Standing desk has been great. Yeah. Go ahead, Justin. Sorry.
my back will start to get a little tender sometimes, but I got a desk that flips up like this. So sometimes I'm working kind of almost vertically, and that's pretty good. Sometimes I can sort of pull it down like this and work downwards. But I think for me, so long as I'm like changing things around and I'm not like locking myself into a position for hours and hours and hours, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I got lucky apparently.
Yeah, the standing desk is great. I
Yeah.
actually two of them here. I'm sitting now, but when I feel that like hunch, I just hit the button. I'm like, oh, so good to stand.
So much better. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm just looking through the questions. There are so many. I think this one is fun. What is the worst art advice that is out there?
Okay. Yeah. There's a
It's
lot.
a clickbait like YouTube.
Yes.
I think one of the worst ones is like, you must work and study for 8 million hours a day and
Yes.
never sleep.
That
No
one.
breaks, only art.
Yeah, don't stop ever.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some like benefits you can get from the boot camp style of just like going at it, but you'll burn out. I agree. It's like you shouldn't always do that, because your health is, I think, the most important thing. If your health starts to deteriorate, your art will eventually too.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I was just thinking of this like video from last year where there was this guy being interviewed, and then their kids, like his kids, went into the room and then a nanny. That would be great.
Yeah.
Just kind of
That might happen eventually.
Yeah,
relates to that.
good.
Like when teachers say, don't draw anime. It's like, if you like
Yeah.
anime, draw it. As long as you're drawing, that's great.
Yeah.
Don't let people stop you. That's the dumbest thing.
Yeah, or don't use reference.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
you like, reference is cheating. When people say that, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just-
still
Reference.
surprised every time that comes up. I'm like, we should be over that. By now.
Yeah,
Really, yeah.
that is so 2010.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Now, there's a recent Jason Brubaker. He has a channel. He's a comic book artist. He has a Kickstarter launched right now. I think it succeeded so far. But it's this book called Cognitive Drawing, I believe. The idea is that you have a reference image, you draw the reference, and you try to draw it again without the reference, and you repeat that.
Yeah.
By the end of it, it's so much better. So there's both with and without. You can't just
definitely.
say never use reference and always use reference. It's a bit of both.
But that's also like how I approach studies anyway. Like I will draw from reference, and then I will try to replicate it from my head.
Yeah.
Just so I like kind of memorize what I learned.
It's the only way that you can know what you don't know. Like,
Yeah.
because you're familiar with everything and you think you know it until you try to replicate it and you realize, oh, I didn't actually know that.
But most people don't
Yeah.
want to see the evidence of what they don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Generally, advice I don't like is when people pass it off as if it's the law and it's just what works for them. So like they've discovered a method that is really cool. Like, hey, you have to start with like black and white and then go to color because this is how it works. And like, no, this only works for you. What are you talking about? Please
Never
phrase
use
this
that
in a way.
color.
Yeah, it's
Always start with the left ear. Always.
Oh,
Right.
it makes me so mad.
I would say
left ear.
I would say the biggest thing for me is that I see a lot of advice that is taken out of context. And so every time I hear advice, I always try to contextualize it, because otherwise you have people who will never use black ever.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that was something that was a very specific lesson your teachers were trying to get you to learn.
Yeah.
For mixing colors and having color identity. That doesn't mean you shouldn't use black.
Yeah.
I think
that happens a lot.
Sorry.
No, you go for it.
Oh, I was just going to say that for me, I try to tell myself this a lot, but there are no rules in art. Like that's the most magical thing about it. There's just no rules, not even this one. It's all a lie.
Like there's foundations in the way perspective works and light, but you don't even have to follow those. Like look at the masters, they learned those and said, you know what? I want to try this because I'm an artist. I want to express it. I don't care what you say. I'm just going to do it.
Exactly. And like, you get all these like hoity-toity ideas as well of like, oh, you've got to super express all your emotions, and if you just want to draw anime boobs, that's also really valid and fine. And you're
Just the boobs, not the rest of the girls.
Well, hey, that's still
exactly. And it's just like, don't let anybody tell you what to do. It's not punk rock.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting better at taking advice as you go along. I remember that I took everything very strict, out of context, even when I was starting out. And I think you just get better by time differentiating and seeing where you are and taking your perspective and look at this advice. You know what I mean?
You get
Sure.
older and grumpier.
Yeah, and also you develop more confidence in what you do, and I think that's also important, because once you're more confident in what you do and you have like your workflow and it works for you, then you don't rely on taking advice so literally, basically. So yeah.
And you kind of learn what's really important and what's not. The things that you can kind of play hard and fast with, and some things you can just loose. You kind of learn that you can play with some qualities a lot more than you can play with others, and suddenly everything becomes less strict.
Yeah. You can almost equate it to the way you have a signature, like the way you sign your name.
Right.
At first, you learn the letters very carefully as a child, and you start to form them together. Then you finesse it. But as you're doing your signatures on whatever, it's not like some art police are going to come and say, "Okay, well, the composition isn't working." Why is this?
That's a good comparison. Yeah.
It's like it's my signature. It's me. Go away.
Yeah.
Very true.
But even if somebody does come along and is like, "This is wrong," like, so.
Is that thing? Are we?
Oh, there are so many more questions, but I'm afraid we have to play now.
Uh-oh.
Otherwise, we won't have time. And that would be a shame, because we're
Jamila always likes playing games.
I know.
She's obsessed with board games, especially Settlers of Catan.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I hate board games. I'm sorry.
What? We can never be friends.
Yeah, that's it.
The games my friends have me play with them are very like, you have to like backstab and like try to.
Oh, gotcha.
Have you heard of coup? It's like a character and you're supposed to like try to lie to people. It's like, I'm bad. I'm too nice. Like I want everyone to win. It's like
they are great cooperative games as well.
Yeah.
Like Pandemic. Yeah.
Don't play Pandemic now.
It's too real.
Still a
We
good
are
game.
playing it.
Too soon.
But we once played a game where you have to like take a role and pretend to be someone you're not, and I was the first who was supposed to speak and pretend. I was like, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess you were the spy. Okay.
I'll play poker here and there, but
Okay. I guess we can all share our screens now, and I think we all do like 3 prompts and then we switch.
Yeah.
So I don't have to click like every 10 seconds, but just like, and people in the chat can guess too what the word is. So if you have all opened your little generators, I wouldn't recommend using very hard or really hard, because those words are crazy.
Okay.
I tried some from like hard and they were okay-ish. So we'll see. I'm gonna share my screen now.
medium is pretty good.
Yeah.
But we can guess. Oh
no.
It's Justin.
Where's
no, are all
F
your
in the
friends?
chat for Justin?
Oh. Oh. Justin, come back. Oh no.
Did you kick him?
No. She left too.
No.
What?
What? But we are still live. She's
next?
hosting, isn't she?
All right, Lorena, you're running the show now.
What? Me? What?
It's yours. Okay, let's hope they come back soon.
Oh.
What?
Oh no.
Who's next?
I think they might have X'd out when they opened the generator. Oh.
Oh no.
No.
We're dying one by one.
Oh, what is happening?
Which one?
Okay, you're back.
Yeah,
Should we do anything? Does
I
anybody
didn't do anything. Like I didn't even touch my mouse right now.
Does any one of you see this somebody wants to enter button on their screen that usually appears when you are hosting?
I don't know what it looks like. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So Jamila went away as well. We don't know.
There we go.
Yeah, it was me.
Okay.
We're just trying to share screens.
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, the problem is I kicked you guys when I opened my screen share because it was adding to my webcam, and there can't be more than 6 people.
Yeah, so Jamila, I think you need to remove your webcam from the broadcast and then put your screen in.
That's what I'm gonna try. Okay, let's see. This is so,
we got this.
So stressful. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or if somebody shares their screen first who doesn't have a webcam.
I'm sharing right now, but I don't know how to like.
But your screen is still extra here in this.
Yeah, but I don't know if you have to kind of give permission.
I'll try to remove you.
Because I already.
Oh, this might not work. I'm so sad.
No.
Let me
should try this out.
Share my screen and see what happens.
Yeah, let's try it.
Like,
because it shouldn't. Like, it always opens up a second window.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because of.
Okay. Charades. I know it's not called. It's not quite the same.
Wait, Jamila, can you see that there's an option to share my? Is my?
There is an option, but when I click add to stream, it will kick someone else because the limit is 6 people.
What?
It's like kind of counting it as a new person.
Is it if you pay for StreamYard, you get more?
No, I think 6 is max.
Yeah, I googled before and it said 6, but I didn't assume my screen was a person because it's not.
Yeah, especially because I don't have a camera on. It's still not showing my screen.
We could use Discord and just share one screen or something, or like.
Or we could just keep talking and forget this ever happened.
We could just keep answering questions. That was going fine.
That would also be.
I'm sorry, guys. I was so looking forward to this,
good.
But we have to play. We have to play later or something. Sorry, not on live stream, but we have to play later.
Yeah. That'd be really fun.
Oh, okay. Kim, you've been looking at the questions. Is there one you think is really good?
Well, if I stopped collecting questions after we were going to play Pictionary, so if anybody wants to repost their questions, that would be awesome. What about? There's a question, I can't find it in the chat now, but it says, "What are the common misconceptions your audiences have about your art?"
Interesting. I think that's something comes to mind.
Oh my god!
The misconception is, the assumption that there's no struggle with the art.
Oh yeah.
But it just happens.
Looks so easy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I think for me, because I do darker stuff, I sometimes get people emailing me for commissions for super gore, and it's I want this super gory image, and I'm just like, no, why?
Yeah, for me, people often assume I want to work at a studio. Hey, there's an opening at Studio Ghibli. Do you want to apply? And I'm like, I'm very flattered, but I'd rather just paint my own stuff.
I get that one too.
Yeah. Would you ever be open to that?
I don't want that studio life.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a really nice thing to say that I did it.
Yeah.
I work.
Wait, we're all freelancers, right? Okay, yeah.
Well, I used to be in studios, but.
I mean, if you want to be at the point where you have done it in the past, then it's not for you, right?
It's you want the credit.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always super happy to tell people, hey, Marvel asked me to do covers for them, but I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I remember the studio life, and it's what it means to work on someone else's project is putting your life and your passion on pause, unless your passion is that project.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like it's babysitting someone else's kid. It's I love you, but because
I'm neglecting my own children.
Yeah. Misconception about my art. I don't know, because I try to. Well, I think I'm pretty transparent by now about the things I like to draw, the things that I struggle a lot with my art. I do add that sometimes to whenever I post. So I don't know what people might think or what misconceptions they might have about my art. I'm not sure. I haven't thought about that.
Let me take a look at your art and see what misconceptions I have.
Oh no.
Live on air.
Because three of you are new to me, and I'm glad I got to see your art.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all amazing.
Oh, Shamina. Yeah.
I mean, on a very basic level, everyone thinks that I use watercolor all the time. And
Oh yeah.
Gouache, then?
Poster colors. Right?
poster colors.
Yeah.
Poster colors. Sometimes I
that?
say gouache because I just don't want the composition. I'm like, yeah, gouache.
Yeah.
So
Makes things easier.
It
Was it like
basically
pasting or
is.
something?
It basically is gouache. Okay, but it has less body and it reactivates like fresh. So
Okay.
it's very good for plein air work.
But do you work digitally still? Just because you have the screen thing?
This is a remnant from an old age.
Oh, okay.
I really
An artifact.
an artifact. I really don't do much digital these days.
Katie's getting all the question.
Oh yeah, she's getting a lot of screen time. She's like our 7th person here.
Lorena, I love your art. It's really
Oh,
fantastic.
thank you. Oh, thank you.
Any
Thank you so
misconceptions?
much.
Let's see.
Assumptions.
I'm gonna assume that you like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Not a misconception.
It's not a
That's very
misconception.
true. I'm not very quiet about it either. So
Very transparent.
You love making OCs?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It comes from the whole Dungeons and Dragons and playing games where you can make your own character thing. So yeah.
I can't. Yeah, it's pretty transparent. You're right.
Thank you.
There was a question I can't find right now. It was about critique. Like,
Oh, where to find critique, something like that, right?
Like, what is the value of critique?
yeah, there were two. Like, there was one person saying like they're looking for a community, and how did we find that? Because they're missing that. And another person asked, like, what's our relationship with critique, basically.
Huh.
Well,
I think.
always. Oh, sorry. I was about to talk about you, Chantal.
Oh, you were talking. Well, then go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I usually go to artist friends that I trust, that will give me their honest opinion about what I do, and I send them my stuff and ask, well, tell me how to make this better. Basically. No, because I usually lose sight of what I'm doing. Like I need a fresh pair of eyes sometimes. So when that happens, I send my artwork to Chantal, for example, like I did with my last 2 paintings that I'm currently working on. And she looks at it and says, well, I have an idea and look at this and maybe this. And it's really good. It helps me a lot because sometimes I see things that I haven't seen before, like that I didn't notice before because I got blind to whatever I'm working on. Yeah.
Excited to see the results.
Speaking of Chantal, I love the colors are like, wow.
Yeah.
It's all
That's so cool.
It's beautiful.
They're so good.
Oh, thank
Every
you.
time I look at it, I'm like, should I just do one color? This is amazing.
We're totally in contrast there with your blues and your greens, and everything is fresh, and I like red and orange.
Embrace it. It's lovely.
It looks so good. Speaking of, go ahead, Gil.
Okay, I just wanted to say I found joining Twitter for community art-wise really good compared to other platforms. I mean, Twitter is difficult sometimes as well and very dramatic at times, but also since you see where conversations happen and where people comment things and everything, it's much more dynamic in that sense. So I really like that. I have never been in forums, or I wasn't on DeviantArt or anything like that. So this is the first time where I feel like I have an online place where art talks happen and I can participate.
Yeah, same for me, Twitter. It's also this feeling of not every single post I make has to be meaningful. It can't just be like something I'm thinking of at the moment. Whereas on Instagram, it feels like I have to deliver quality content, and then people can comment under the images and you can get into conversations. But on Twitter, it feels much more like a real network of people like crossing paths here and there. The sort of connection happens through sharing work of other people, and it's much easier to do that. That's what I really enjoy.
So Twitter for me is completely foreign. I still don't use it or understand. Like, I get it, you know, I can figure things out. It's just, I'm like, I'm good. You know, like I don't want to use anything. But 100% Discord. I think, you know, that changed my whole outlook on, you know, art communities and stuff. Because when I launched Patreon like 3 or 4 years ago, I got to meet a lot of people who are just up and coming artist students, many who are still students. And, you know, we have like regulars. Now people know each other. And wherever I go and travel, I meet those people. It's crazy. It's like, I've heard your voice for 3 years and now you're, you know, right here.
There's a face.
And so find, you know, Discord communities. And sometimes we do like weekly life drawing sessions or every other day or something, where someone shares a screen of like, you know, pausing a movie and everyone just sits there and draws it. You get to see what they're doing and you talk with each other, and it feels like a community. And sometimes it's just movie night. It's like a place almost, but it's also kind of distracting. So I had to kind of but if you're looking to, because like having gone to art school, it's like there was this camaraderie that happened. It's like you went to war with these people with these ridiculous classes, but you don't really get that when you're just self-studying or you're at home, especially now. This is kind of like a replacement for that, where you're at the very least talking to other people in the same place.
Yeah. We have 3 minutes left, Amina.
Oh my god.
Maybe we should
I have an alarm. We should have
4 hours stream.
3 minutes now.
I was gonna add like conventions. Since I started doing conventions here, there's this group of people that you meet at every single convention. You're like, hey, I know your face. What's up? And then you find out that a lot of them don't live too far from where you're at least in Germany. In the US, I imagine it would be more spread out. But yeah, there's like a cool community that happens just through that, because you know immediately you can connect on something. You're at like an anime convention, there's definitely something you can talk about with someone. There's like this instant thing that you have in common with them. Because if I just go at like a regular event or I meet like relatives of people I know, I'm like, hello, what's up? Like at a wedding one time I met a guy who was like, I am at the military studying economy. And my mind went completely blank. I was like, oh. So that doesn't happen with artists. It's just like so easy to just chat with people.
Yeah,
that's true.
So 2 minutes, eh?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How are you feeling?
I was feeling good until like a couple of seconds ago.
It's gonna be fine.
God. No, I've been feeling really relaxed through this live stream. It's cool.
We are here for you.
Calm my nerves.
What will the success of this project mean for you? Does it give you a freedom of any kind? A time period you can work on more art?
How much is riding on this?
No.
Honestly, it's just, to me, it's already a success.
Yeah.
If it just gets funded. Like just putting all my art together in a book is just something that I've been wanting to do for so long.
Yeah.
And no matter how well it does, I will be proud of myself for getting this far, for even like getting a publisher to publish my book. I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. So, oh, someone said it is online. Oh god. I'm just gonna post something in the chat. I hope the link works.
Yay!
I should have a
Congratulations!
Oh my god, thank you.
Congrats, Tamina!
€0. Oh, there's my alarm.
But 0. Well, wait a second.
Oh my god, there's money. Oh my god,
Oh, well, hello. You got
Wow.
Get some friends in there.
Ay.
God, I will send out.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Oh, it's too exciting.
Wait, I'm trying to
Way
choose
too
the tier. There's so many.
There's so many.
There's
Which do you
16.
think I should get?
I don't know. Are you?
Wait, where's the
Oh,
link?
no, I didn't want the picture.
Oh, there's enamel things? All right.
Why can't
Yeah, there's like a cat and a dog.
there it
Fine.
Oh my god, this is so exciting. Holy shit.
Ooh!
I'm going
Can
to
you
send
post
it.
the link one more time in our chat here?
Oh, sure. Let's see, where is it? There. Private chat. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, here's a
Hello.
question. It says, one of the tiers says one sketchbook. Is that a sketchbook for me to draw in or a sketchbook that you draw?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
for
a
me to draw?
sketchbook for you. Yeah.
No, she
Empty
fills
one.
every page.
Yeah, personally. Every single one of them.
It's
There's
a
only one tier
bargain.
slot for that.
I love it.
You're gonna have to sign a lot of books.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
That's
this one.
true.
like,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Don't count it. Don't. Oh my god. I don't know what's going on now. Should we end this thing? Like, what's happening? Should I?
I'm
No, let's talk a little longer.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys can
let's
talk.
get you through this. Let's get
I'll
you through this.
have to do the social media thing.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's all good.
So, you
Mm,
can answer
sure.
questions.
I'm
No
looking at it
questions,
again.
actually.
Ooh.
All right, I'm going with tier 8.
Thank
Tier
you.
8.
Huh?
Cool.
Tier 8. What is that even?
I don't know. I saw 2 pins, signed book. I'm good.
Oh, I think I want a pin.
I think you just
Right.
broke 1,000.
What?
Hell yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Go, 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 go.
Thank you
It's gonna
guys
be
so
easy
much.
class. Like you're, yeah.
You say that.
All right. There we go. Pledged.
Thank
I'm
you
in.
so much.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Can you pin the comment on YouTube? So
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Mm.
22 backers already. Oh, 20.
That's great.
Oh, 32 backers. Jeez.
You've
I
just
can
broken
only-
2,000.
We're
What?
about to
What?
hit 3,000. Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
I feel so happy for you.
Yes.
This is awesome.
I
Yeah.
have a hard time processing anything right now.
Damn it, I don't have my credit card with me. I have to do this later.
Yeah, I'm
Aw.
gonna be back in later as
Don't
well.
worry. Don't worry.
Oh, dang it.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is awesome.
Thank you so much. I should get something like Hootsuite or whatever it's called so I can schedule things, but I didn't. So I have to post this now.
Yeah, how about this? We don't end the stream until it's fully funded.
Oh my god. We're gonna
Well,
be a long time.
That won't be that hard.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind going for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, we got this, right?
Well, that's true as well. It's not
Yeah.
going to be that long.
No, it's not going to be that long.
Oh yeah, I
Go,
have
go,
to do it later
go.
too.
Hold on. Did you already share it on? No, not yet. Okay. I want to share your
I'm
tweet, so it's all good. It's all good.
I'm trying so
Hyperventilates.
hard. Oh my god.
Does everyone here has a favorite Jamila artwork? Maybe we can
Oh, that's a good
do a
question.
round.
Didn't
There you go.
guess about Jamila's artwork.
You guys are great.
Only one.
Let me find
Yeah,
it.
only one.
Well, to make it easier.
Oh my God. Phone just broke up for no reason.
Give me a second.
Sorry.
I have one.
What is it?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
That was my
Yes.
iPad just springing to life for no
Wanting
reason.
to do a
What?
phone call.
What? I
Your
didn't
house is so scary.
My house is scary. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, sometimes you tweet stuff that's.
Yeah.
I would have
it's
died
weird.
already.
The one I just put in the YouTube chat, that's my favorite one that she's done. Only because it's like the one of the earliest pieces.
All right, Jamila, we're a fifth of the way there.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
goodness.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you.
I love the train station one. You know that. The waiting for something piece.
Yeah.
I love that one so much.
I really like the one on the front cover of the book, actually.
Oh well.
Yeah,
that
me
one.
too. Yeah, I would have
I'm
gone for
glad.
that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you chose that for the name, Komorebi.
Oh, yeah. It's such a
Light
beautiful word.
Yeah.
Like, different languages have such nice words.
Full call.
Yeah.
Oh, and I like the one of the little boy playing on the Game Boy.
On the Game Boy, right? The
Yeah.
lighting is so nice.
Yeah, like
Isn't
you
it-
need to teach me that because
5K.
oh
Isn't it so cool
my god,
that
it is
Go, 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 go,
literally
go.
going to be the next
When
20 minutes.
Jamila tweets the tweet, the thing will already be funded. Like,
I,
you know.
it'll be something I'll finally use Twitter for?
Yeah, I didn't even know you were on there until Justin tagged you, I think. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're
I
going to
didn't
have
even
like
know I
a
was on
million
there.
messages from like us tagging you.
Yeah.
But isn't it amazing that with internet and all this, that people like you guys, us artists, can succeed, and there's something to look forward to for upcoming artists. Like, hey, well,
Yeah.
I don't have to work in studios. Like, look what Jada
Yeah.
did. She's amazing, and
Yeah.
you know, it's like, it's really nice.
It is
Whereas
really nice.
maybe 40 years ago, you know,
Wouldn't have
there
been
was
possible.
AOL dial-up internet. Like, there wasn't going to be
Yeah.
streaming or Kickstarter or crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in a pretty good time.
Okay, we're a quarter of the way there.
Ooh, 6,000.
That sounds like a hard plan.
We're over a quarter of the way there.
It's so satisfying to watch the number go up.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it really
Okay.
I really like the one of the guy and the girl looking over this kind of like terraced rice fields.
Yeah,
The
that one was
farm.
really pretty too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Thank you.
wonderful. Oh, the penguin one. Yeah, I like the penguin one.
I like the one with the corgi as well. I have it on my wall. It is so
Thank
pretty.
you. That's my most popular one at conventions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One on your business card's really nice too.
Thank you.
I have one here too.
Oh my god.
Well, I
You
have a
guys are
ton
so
of
nice. And I'm just there not paying attention to anything.
This feels like it's your birthday party.
Yeah.
I mean, my birthday party was kind of anticlimactic a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Well, Justin brought the cake, right? You.
I thought you were on that.
Was that?
Ooh.
I retweeted it. Yes. Awesome.
Yay!
I'm gonna retweet it every day.
Check out the campaign pages.
I use this Twitter thing. Like,
Oh, it's so nice. People in the chat also tell us which one's
Yeah.
their favorite.
Oh, so sweet. Thank you.
Twitter is proof of my state of
Almost
being.
at 7K.
Oh my god. Oh my god. 9 minutes. Wow. I'm just thinking, do I have to post somewhere else?
Retweeted.
Post on Instagram.
Instagram, Twitter.
I have to do a story as well.
Story.
I'm such a good host.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Patreon. I mean, we
Put
can
the thing
entertain
out.
ourselves.
You're carrying this thing now. Like before when I dropped myself and
Yeah,
some other
exactly.
people.
Exactly.
You're good. Okay, we almost have 100 backers. We're at 99.
Woo!
We actually might get it funded before.
Yeah.
We might.
How come am I not
We
following?
won't
There we go.
stop.
101 baggies.
Can we do this when I do my Kickstarter too? Like
Yes,
Of
Yeah.
course.
hang out before
Me-
it
me
launches
too.
because it seems like a really good idea.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just make it a
Calm the
thing.
nerves. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I
Yeah.
was not following you, Jamila.
What? On Twitter? What? Don't worry
Can't
about
believe it.
7K.
Just breathe.
Wow.
Thank you everyone for getting the book in chat. I mean,
Yes.
thank you all for
Oh.
supporting Jamila. I'm trying to carry this. I'm trying to
Oh,
kind
you're
of
doing good. You're doing good.
Also, if you back the project and you get an email, it's a little button you could press that says tweet this, and you can show
Oh,
Yeah,
there you
exactly.
go. That's exactly
Take
what
a
you
show
should
off.
do.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Wait, but if I'm not fast enough, I won't get a signed copy, right?
I mean, like some
Well,
tiers might sell out faster than others. Like the ones where it's just the signed book, I think they might be gone soon. But if you count all the signed books together, it's a ton. So I don't know.
Okay, we're a third of the way there.
Goodness.
This is too exciting for me.
Too exciting? Does that mean you're just gonna cut it? We're stopping.
Yeah, like this was a bad idea. Let's. Okay, I need to get the link again. Da, da, da.
Exciting times.
This is entertainment on the highest level.
Yes.
See me post on social media. I promised you Pictionary, you're getting nothing. Okay. Okay. I think that's it. I think I'm good now. Okay. Whew.
Yay, you did
Well,
it.
yes, good
So
job.
good, so good.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for being here with
course.
me. That was fun.
It was an honor, to be honest.
Yeah, as
Same.
always.
I don't know how to continue from here. Like, should we wrap this up? Do you want to stay a couple of minutes longer?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's up to
I
you.
just want to point out that throughout the whole stream, in the background, Jamila, it was like mostly overcast. But when you launched the Kickstarter, the sunlight.
There you go. There you
Oh, the sun!
I'm just saying, like the
It's
universe.
meant to be.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
Thank you, guys.
You have different chapters in your book, right? Different categories
Oh,
of
yeah.
artwork. What kinds?
Oh, I can talk about the book. That's right.
Do you have a copy?
No, it's not done yet. It's just like hypothetical. But the chapter structure, it's actually inspired by Ian McCaig's book, which is like going through different places. Like he has the catacombs and what else?
Oh, nice.
Like where he like categorizes his work according to like one is the cinema, where his movie work is like put in the book. So mine,
The dungeons.
yeah. So for mine, I wanted to do something like that as well. So it starts from like childhood stuff. So the first chapter is called The Playroom, where I wanted to put in like childhood drawings of mine of Sailor Moon, but then they told me we can't print fan art even if you were 5 when you drew it. So it's just like little watercolor drawings that I did of things that I liked when I was a kid. And then it goes on to the chapter called The Countryside, which includes like the bulk of my work of just like nature-based illustrations. And then there's a chapter called The City, which has some more like illustrations that feature buildings. And while that goes on, like it's structured like that, I'm talking about my journey. Basically, in the beginning, I talk about like influences that I had as a kid. And then in the Countryside chapter, I talk about nature and spending time with my grandparents at their garden. And then in the city, I talk about how I moved to the city to study and what that was like. And then there's a chapter called The Secret Chamber, which features like all the tarot stuff and things that are a little bit more surreal.
I
And
thought that was doing something else.
no.
Not that kind of chamber.
And then the last chapter is the workshop, which features tutorials and where I talk about my everyday life as an artist, just like things that I do, routines and stuff, and also how I work. And yeah, every chapter has its own illustration that is kind of the chapter opener for it. And I drew these or I painted these for the book specifically, and they're also like, they can be seen in the campaign video and in the book, but other than that, I just made them for the book. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are awesome.
Nice.
I loved seeing them. Yeah.
We're almost halfway through.
Yeah.
Oh my
almost.
god, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but it was so painful to work on these and not being able to share them. That was
I bet.
kind of hard and
Yeah.
unusual. Yeah.
Someone in the chat asks what the sketchbook is that's included.
Oh yeah, that's what Justin asked as well. It's just like a blank sketchbook and it has my
For
art
you
on the
to
cover.
sketch it.
Yeah. I'm sorry
Cool.
to disappoint. But there will be sketches in the book, so that's
You made
something.
an Instagram story for it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You made a post. Okay, perfect.
I made a post and a story, I think.
I didn't? Maybe I just didn't refresh.
Oh my god, maybe it didn't work.
We should make a whole new show
yeah, you
called Artists Doing Social Media.
So exciting.
Not where we're giving advice, but where we're simply doing it.
And chatting about it. Yeah.
A reality TV show. You made a story for the stream, but not the Kickstarter.
I did like a minute or so.
She did. It's
Oh,
live.
she did?
Swipe up. Yeah.
Sold it.
Yes. She did.
I'm not crazy, I hope.
She's way too organized.
5 minutes ago.
Oh.
Someone's asking if the
There it
sketchbook
is.
will only be available to the
Yeah.
Kickstarter, or will it be available to the store later on?
Yeah, just through the Kickstarter. Everything you see on the page is just available for the Kickstarter. Exclusive.
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. I have 2 tabs open of this.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, so cool.
Ooh.
I am very happy for you.
Thank you. Me too. This is going crazy.
I
This
concur.
is amazing.
There's somebody's asking for the link again. I tried posting it, but it's not coming up.
Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
links. Yeah. Mhm.
I'm in charge. There you go. There. Link.
Go.
There we go. Nice.
You spamming your own chat?
Yes.
That's how you do it.
I'm going crazy. It's fine. No, just the rest of the day will be spent refreshing that page and
I
looking
know, right?
at it and
And drinking wine.
yeah.
You're going to be hammered by this evening.
I don't have much left. That doesn't sound good, but no, I drank part of it already, so it's like this.
I'm
No.
drunk.
I see you went back to red wine.
I did, yes.
I do
The
not
white wine was
support
way
that.
too sweet for me. I was like, oh, what is this?
God, yeah. I
Um,
can't.
are the prints in the book too? Someone's asking.
Not in. No. I mean, you can order, like, you can choose the tier with the prints additional to the book, but I mean, the book is printed.
book.
So, but no, there are no prints like included with only the book, but there are prints that you can get with the book. That's-
And did you want to do any more questions from the chat?
Shall we do a last question and then wrap this up?
Yeah,
I feel like
I like
I'm
that.
not
We've gotta-
getting
We've got to
anywhere.
stay until we're at least halfway there, but actually, no, we're halfway there. There we
We're
go.
halfway there. It's okay. It's fine. We're
We go
fine.
Thank you all so much. This is crazy.
This is definitely going to be done by the end of the day.
Yeah.
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 This can be done in a couple hours.
Yeah. Exciting. Okay, what
Very
questions?
One
What
Yeah.
question do you want to go with?
Kim, do you want to choose a question? You're the expert.
Yeah, your chat master.
Chat hamster.
Jack Monster.
Oh man, now I can't decide.
Oh, somebody asked earlier if the stream will be available later. Yes, it's gonna stay on the channel.
Kevin McGiffin said, "What's the best business lesson you've learned in relation to your art career?" That's a meaty one.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, for
I'm
me,
sorry,
it's like this
All right.
this 80-20
We'll be
thing.
here for the next couple hours.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay. For me, it's 80-20. This like principle that 80% of your success or whatever comes from 20% of the things that you're actually doing. So like cutting out everything that is extra, and really focusing on the stuff that is worthwhile. That is something that has helped me a lot. And for example, a couple of years ago, I wanted to make a YouTube channel, and I wanted to run my store, and I wanted to do social media all day, and I wanted to be on every platform, but really narrowing in on the things that were working for me and the things that were giving me money the way I needed it. That was the lesson I learned, and when I focused on my online store, really getting the prints out and everything, I was able to hire someone as well to do that stuff for me. So a combination of really focusing in on the things that are important, and when the time is right, getting help to outsource some of those tasks you have opens up your time to do the important thing that only you can do. So as an artist, the most important thing for you is to paint. Nobody else can do that for you, but somebody else can package your orders or run your social media maybe. So that was something that was important for me and that helped me move forward. What about you guys?
That's actually really great advice. I'm writing that down.
Actually, mine is listening to Jamila when it comes to business.
One
Writing that down.
one thing I'll add is that depending on where you are, it's going to be different. But one thing I learned is never say yes to something that you are like you don't feel like. Learn to say no is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Like I've had
Exactly.
opportunities that on paper would have been like, hey, I should do this. Most people would say yes,
Yeah.
but that's not what should decide the answer. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, if you really need money, that's one thing, right? But if you're in a place where you're doing fine, but you shouldn't take too much on your plate, especially things that you hate doing. Like I can't stand doing like motion graphics concept design, and I accidentally said yes, and it was like a 2-week-long project of pure misery. The pay was good, but it wasn't worth my time, like emotionally. So,
Yeah.
I mean, learning to say no, and that's not just with art, in real life too, with everyone.
Yes.
If people, don't think that you have to please everybody.
Yeah.
Learn to stand.
That's
up
really
to-
good advice.
That is
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I second that.
Yeah.
One, I don't know if this is the most important, it probably isn't, but one of the things I've been kind of focusing on lately with all of my business things is learning to prioritize, and the practice of doing that being when I start a project, I sit down and I write down what it's going to look like if it's perfect. If it's absolutely perfect, just write exactly what that's going to look down, and then flip the page over and write down what's it going to look like if it's good enough. And then you then you get a distinct vision between the two of them of what's the difference between perfect and good enough. And all of those differences are nice, but if they're going to take a whole bunch of your time, then it's like, okay, I maybe don't need them. I don't need to do that. And so you can sort of prioritize the things that hold value in both categories, and then not that you don't waste time on the other ones, but if they take more time than their value is worth, then not doing them.
That is
I like
really
that.
good.
Yeah. You took notes again, right?
Like, that's brilliant, because you
Yeah,
get
it's
stuck
really
in the
good.
whole, we want it to be the best it can be.
Absolutely.
But to even consider, like, okay, well, what would good enough be? It's like,
Yeah.
well, I've never allowed
like
myself to
that.
think that.
Yeah.
I think for me it would be, aside from like making the art and getting that out there and not disappearing for forever, which I have a bad habit of doing. I think one of the things is to kind of look outside of artists to see how other people run their businesses online.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I think we can get stuck in some, bad habits maybe, and things that perhaps wouldn't work for a particular individual, because it's not one size fits all. And I think looking outside, you can really innovate and come up with something new and interesting that might work and wouldn't necessarily work for everybody else in your field.
Yeah. And other people in other fields tend to be more vocal about the business side, because for artists, it's sometimes this taboo thing of art and business don't go together. So not a ton of information is being shared. So it's really refreshing to kind of get a glimpse of someone else and what they're doing.
Yeah, there's a weird taboo where it's like, you're not supposed to make money with your art. That's impure. It's like, well, I want to eat, dude. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great question.
Now I'm getting hungry. Yeah. Okay.
Me too, but I gotta wait till sundown.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah, but yeah, this has been fun. Did you guys want to kill it there, or?
I think so. Yeah, that was a good last question.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
I'm gonna let
That
you go.
really did fly by.
Yeah, it really did.
It was a lot of fun.
Let's take a look at the number real quick. It's more than half.
Yeah, it's more
That's
than
awesome.
half.
In less than 30 minutes. I think
No, you're fine. All is good. All is well. Take
That's
a
so
breather. Yeah.
There's somebody in the chat saying that they'd love us to talk more about the business side of art sometime.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, we can get together in this constellation again if you want to. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally
Yeah,
don't
that'd be
mind.
cool.
I'm up for it.
yeah.
Sounds great, yeah.
Cool. Well, I got to get to work.
Yeah.
It has been such a pleasure, and thank you for
you guys are great.
inviting me.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
it was
joining.
so nice to hang out with you. It was so good to see the Kickstarter. Like,
Thank you.
Get
Thank you,
launched.
everyone. Thank you for
And
joining. Thank you for
succeed.
watching.
yeah, thank you all.
You can tell I'm not quite here.
It's all right. Bye, chat.
Okay. Bye,
See you guys
chat.
later.
Bye, guys. I'm
Bye.
watching this.